Hey everyone, this is Rupak. You wanna know if computer science is hard? Maybe you're considering it as a major, or maybe you're just curious. I'm gonna answer your question. So, is it hard? Well, let's find out. I find that the meaning of computer science isn't exactly clear to many people. So let's clear that out first. Contrary to popular belief, computer science isn't just coding. It doesn't mean sitting in front of a laptop all day and coding really fast. It's a part of it, a very small part, much like my but it's not the definition. So what exactly is computer science? In simple words, computer science is the study of computers. That includes everything from coding to hardware to math and many more things. So in this video, I'll break down computer science into parts and explain the difficulty level of each of those parts, so you can decide for yourself if computer science is the right degree for you. So let's go ahead with the first one, which is of course programming. Now when I say programming, I don't mean writing the code for a project or a class. I mean learning a programming language. So is learning a programming language hard? Well, no. When you're learning your first programming language, it can be a little bit tricky and difficult to understand, but that is because many of the concepts you've never even heard of before in your life. But slowly, you're gonna get used to speaking the programming language. And what that means is, you won't have to think that much while writing code in it. Say you're writing a loop of some sorts. While writing it for the first few times, you might have to actively remember the syntax or maybe even have to look it up. But after doing that for 10 or 20 times, you won't have to do that anymore. It will just automatically come to you. And that knowledge transfers to other programming languages as well, because the fundamentals are mostly going to be the same. The syntax and keywords behind it might change, but the logic will never change. So because of these reasons, learning a programming language is generally pretty easy. All it needs is time and consistency. Moving on to the next part, problem solving. So problem solving is one of my favorite parts about computer science, and the best part about it is that it never gets easy. And the kind of feeling that you get after solving a problem that you've been working on for the past 3 days is very unique. It's the kind of feeling
that makes you want to rip all your hair out and stab yourself repeatedly in the heart until you can't feel it anymore.
It's a good feeling overall. If you like solving problems, not code related, but in general with games like Sudoku and crossword puzzles, then you might have an advantage in problem solving. Because in the end, problem solving is a skill, right? And if you've already developed it from before, then obviously it's going to be much easier for you. But does this mean that if you've somehow never solved any problems in your life before, this might be a little bit tricky for you? The hard truth, yes. But only at first. Because like I said, problem solving is a skill, which means that it can be developed. All it needs is practice. And another good part is, as your problem solving skills increase, you can see a visible improvement in your programming skills as well. Because programming, in a sense, is writing code to solve a problem, right? The next part is hardware. Now, hardware is one of those extremely fun subjects in computer science. And hey, don't get me wrong, I'm a huge sucker for coding, but hardware is something I really enjoy as well. It involves things like building a PC, maintaining it, designing a circuit and building it, and things like these. But the thing is, this is an extremely practical subject. There is some theory in it as well, but it is very practical based. The more hands-on learning you get with it and the more time you spend with it, the more you're going to understand it. But what kind of sucks is that because these hardware-oriented classes need some hands-on learning, this pandemic situation hasn't really made it easy for students to learn it properly. Even right now, all of my classes are being conducted in an online mode, which means that these subjects do not end up being as fun as they would be if they were conducted in the college itself. And as far as answering if it is hard or not goes, they are somewhere in between. So learning the basics is essential. If you don't learn the basics, you're not going to get anywhere in these subjects. The next part is one which you've probably been waiting for, and that is mathematics. The mathematics that I'm talking about here is not the math that is used in programming, but the math courses that you're gonna have to take. I'm gonna be straight with you. These are not easy. Some math classes that you'll have to take will be linear algebra, calculus, and discrete mathematics. They are not hard in the sense that you'll not be able to do them at all. You will be able to do them, provided that you put in the work. If you treat these classes like high school, where you don't do anything at home, just solve some questions and then appear for the exams, you're going to fail it. Or maybe just pass with a really bad grade. And you don't want either of those things, right? So do not ignore mathematics. It is quite challenging. So do your homework, do some self-practice, and then appear for your exams. So as you might have guessed from this video, computer science isn't that hard, but it's not that easy either. You have to put in the work and study. If you treat these classes like high school, good luck, you're gonna need it. I hope that you liked this video and got to learn something from it. If you did, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. It would really mean a lot. Anyways, that's it for this video. So until next time, happy learning.